What is that? 3 Biscoff cookies crunched up and some lemon ricotta cheese from Trader Joe's. Tastes like cheesecake, creamy cheesecake. Yum, yum, yum. You gonna beg me for some? Are you? I'm doing a little treatment to my hair. Last week I had made it like a dark ash blonde or something. I just got kind of tired of it looking blah. So this week I'm highlighting it. I put on some light ash blonde and I just combed down through it so it should be kind of like look more natural, streaky looking. Don't know. 8:00 p.m. on Tuesday. I've been real quiet. I've been trying not to flap my yap, as you say. And I went with Brian to pick up Spencer. And it was a nice ride. We got to see some people already have Christmas lights up and going. We got, the way we go is a back way, which is a valley. And if you're unlucky, you get trapped at a crossroad where the train track crosses the road. And there are very, very long trains that go through here carrying supplies to all the warehouses where the great big semi-trucks are, and there's a lot of them on the highway. But we were lucky. The train that was on the track as we were on the road was going a little faster than we were, and it ended right before we got to where we had to cross the track. So we were lucky in that respect. Brian went to get some hamburgers at a place called Tam's. They're pretty good stuff. And then we ate it. And Spencer ate his all up, gobble gobble. And Brian said, what would you like for dessert? And Spencer says, what are my choices? He sounds so grown up. And Daddy says, well, you can have a piece of your Halloween candy if you want. Okay. So he reached in and he looked inside and he got this thing full of Sour Patch. It was like strawberry, it called it taffy straws or something. Kind of like a gummy straw covered with sugar. The straw itself, the strawberry part was real sour. And then it had pictures on the front of these little circles with some smiling and some sour face. And I said, I wonder if that's how you look before you eat it, and that's how you look after you eat it. And we were making faces and laughing, and then I opened it up, and he got to taste it, and he starts making those faces and wiggling around and stuff. And I said, could I please have just a little taste? Just a little. You can tear off a small piece if you want. Just a little taste. I've never had that kind of thing before. Okay. And he tore me off about a millimeter. It was enough, though. I don't think that would be my candy of choice. And Brian asked for some, and he tore off even a smaller piece, if that's even possible. But he had like 2 or 3 pieces left, and when Mommy came home, and he got interested in Mommy being home, and Brian put the rest away, and he starts fussing and hollering, and I said, look, you ate most of it. I said, you'd be glad you had what you had. So they didn't even have this kind of candy when I was a kid. I would have no idea. And he's cute and a smart little guy, and he's been practicing numbers like 2 + 1 is 3 and 3 + 1 is 4. And when he gets up to the 8s and the 9s, though, he gets a little confused. There are ways to do it on your fingers. I don't know the official way to do it on your fingers, but if it's 9 + 4, so it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's how I do it. So we were watching The Simpsons and eating supper, and the hamburger Brian got for me had all kinds of crap on it. So I took the burger and a tomato and a pickle and put it on half of the bun and folded it in half because it was just too much sauce and crap. So I ate mine up and about 7 or 8 French fries. And now I'm going to have this cookies with ricotta cheese for dessert. And in a half an hour, when this stuff sets, I'm going to take a shower. So I'll be ready for tomorrow, basically. Tomorrow's Whoop Whoop Wednesday. I will try to have a joke for you. It's also a counselor appointment at 2 o'clock. The second half of the intake, in other words, so he can figure out who I am and what to do with me. I've been pretty quiet, not trying to cause a ruckus. Brian realized, because Ashley and his brother Scott told him that he was overreacting with the ants. When you work real hard all day and you come home to ants, that is not overreacting in my opinion. But he's got to learn to let some things go. That's what a garbage disposal is there for. Crumbs left off your plate and stuff. Either that or why bother having one, right? So they'd moved their furniture around again because they had company over the other night. Because I did hear some fun being had. I was feeling really, really lonely, and I was going to contact them earlier in the day, but then they were having so much fun, I thought, oh, surely they have a life. You supposedly have a life? I don't. They used to have in California a humanitarian hotline where each day you could talk up to 10 minutes to somebody, anybody, just someone to talk to. They were Samaritans. That's I think a religious group. And when I used to call them, the man was so kind. It had such a nice voice, and it was so soothing, and it made you feel better. Maybe it didn't solve any problems, but it just made you feel better that someone was there to talk to. Well, they don't have that anymore. They got rid of that. Which is a shame, because it really saved me a lot of angst. I'm pretty sure I have seasonal affective disorder in the fall and winter. This is the beginning of the season of crap, in my opinion. The season of hyper-commercialism, the season of Christmas up your ass, down your throat, in your face, and I don't feel it. It makes me cry. And I hate, all the Christmas music, all the Christmas ads. I just hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. So it's very hard on me. So I will probably bring that up tomorrow if I'm not crying. I don't know how I'll be by 2 in the afternoon with this counselor guy. And then tomorrow night it's open mic night, which I really should go to. I don't know if I'll have anything to say, but it's nice to be around people that don't mind being around you. Next week would be the day before Thanksgiving, next Wednesday, so I won't be going to, even if they have an open mic night, I won't be going. And I made a small list of groceries to get. There's a recipe with persimmons I want to try. I saw it online. And persimmons have a natural pectin that makes it jelly-like, kind of like a pudding. And it's a small amount, and it wouldn't cost too much to make. So, and it's vegan, it's it's organic, it's no sugar, no gluten. So if it turns out that I will mention it or show it, you have to be able to like that gelatinous pudding type flavor or feeling. So texture might not be cool. I don't know. Thought about making that and just providing it for people that want to try it at Thanksgiving. It's almost eggnog pie season. Chocolate eggnog pie. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, my cookbook has mostly desserts recipes that I kept. I do have meat things and vegetable things, but I don't often use recipes out of there unless it's the Swedish coffee cake or the chicken salad that I made and ate the rest of today. Uh, the remainder of the chili, the very last bit I put in the freezer yesterday, but I had some at supper last night and it was very questionable, so I'm going to throw that frozen bag out. Don't want to get sick. I'm trying not to be sick. The kids both are croupy, and Brian and Ashley are all, they sound terrible. I'm trying not to get sick. Somebody online mentioned that zinc helps keep viruses away and at bay. I think I may have some. If not, I'll have to get it, put it on my list of just a few things. I do have all the staples that I need. It's just that if I want to make something for the holidays, then I'll need just a couple ingredients. And I don't want to wait till the last minute because just this last weekend people were insane at the stores. Of course, it was raining too, and people were panicking because some people live on the hillside area where there'll be flash flooding and may not be able to get out if the mud covers the roads and stuff. So they were buying cases of water and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. The last couple days have been crazy in I don't even want to call it government because it's really not government. Just the circus in Washington, D.C. The circus. The ringmaster. His coat is ill-fitting. Has got a loud mouth that's pursed up like a butthole. I can't stand him. Oh, there's this talk about Epstein files and crap. And all these people that were in on all this perverse, horrible crap. And it's a whole all over the world thing. I mean, when I lived for 6 months in Saudi Arabia, this was a long time ago, you could see it. You could see all these girls that were enticed into, you'll meet guys with money. And it's lovely here, there's gold here, and people will treat you well, blah, blah, blah. You could get 2 girls for $75 for the night and do anything you wanted to them. Anything. So that's the way it was over there. And I did not like it over there. I do not like it over there. I never want to go back. And I certainly don't want this country turning into that. And someone was so distraught they jumped out the window. Now you know better than that. They were escorted and pushed, maybe? And I could say, oh, that's just my opinion, in whatever, like a lot of YouTubers say. But that's what I remember. And I certainly don't want anything to get worse here. And people say, I used to say, how did the Germans in the 30s let this crap happen? And then I think about it, and I was interested in archaeology and stuff, and we've had several civilizations that have been fantastical and even more advanced than ours, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and basically people start all over again. I think we're getting close to the end of our civilization for adults, and now how it works, I don't know. But it just makes me sick to my stomach to think of how things were when I was younger to how they are now, and what the younger people, Spencer and the kids in their 10 and under, and people that are learning the world, what are they learning? Oh my God. I don't sleep well. I had CPTSD dreams the other night of being treated like shit, like I used to be. And I don't think my sons understand exactly how much and how bad it was. I tried keeping a lot of my fears away from them. They know I was afraid of the ex lying and twisting things to try to get the children taken away from me. But by the time we got a divorce in court, there was a stack of folders against him with various things from work and from incidents that happened at stores and everything, a foot high. And it was granted immediately. I didn't have to even act scared or anything. Is he still alive? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just don't want him to know where I am. And like the high school boyfriend, I don't really want him to know where I am either, because he's a nutbag too. Are there any sane people? Kitty cat here, he's laying on my leg and arm, keeping me nice and warm. He knows when I'm troubled. Sometimes people will say, this is what I do when I get stressed, and they'll take a pillow and put it up their face and scream. I'd like to be able to do that. I just can't. I can't scream. It's like a silent scream. It's silent, and nobody knows. Well, that's enough frivolity and joyfulness for today. Oh my God, over 16 minutes. How much time do I have left? 10 minutes till I wash this out of my hair, take a shower and all that good stuff, and arrange myself for bed. Don't know if I'll be able to sleep or not. I fall asleep in this chair more than I do in the bed. That ricotta cheese is staring at me going, well, are you gonna? Are you? Yeah, I am. I know there are people out there that know that silent scream. You know it. You're either doing it now or you have in the past, and I know you know that feeling. That's what I'm going through, and I do go through that at this period of time, this crap period of holiday joyfulness. And I hate Hallmark movies. So all this crap is coming about, and I think the most simple things are the most delightful. The little kids being together, my kitty cat, that's the best thing that I have. And knowing you guys out there, that's really all I need in life. I don't need a mansion. I mean, it'd be nice if I had a little more room so I could have a table or something, but I don't know. I don't think anything ever like that's ever going to happen. I wish I had the energy to get up and finish doing what I need to do. I've got that energy drink staring at me from the refrigerator, so maybe, who knows, if I take it tomorrow and do a lot of stuff before the counselor appointment, and then maybe open mic night. Thursday I have on the phone or Zoom or something, a financial advisor meeting. I have 3 CDs and maybe a little bit of money. I don't know. 5 years ago when my mom died, the money that was left was split between me and my brother, David. It's me. He knows how to deal with it. I don't. So I just let this lady who's taking care of it take care of it. So I'm going to talk to her on Thursday and find out what's going on with the craziness and everything. I'm sure there's not as much there as there used to be. There's nothing to, it'd be nice to leave my kids lots of money. I don't have lots of money to leave them, but whatever I do have will be split between both of them. And yeah, I've been sounding like I'm going to die soon lately. I don't know. I hope I can hold on until I see that concert in the spring in Bremen, Germany. I know it sounds terrible. I love my family, but that's about the only thing that I have going that I'm looking forward to. Tomorrow's Whoop Whoop Wednesday. I will have a joke for you. If for no other reason subscribe, and tune in on Wednesdays for Whoop Whoop Wednesday. And yes, I spell whoop incorrectly. When I started spelling it, I misspelled it, and then I just kept going. I thought, well, what the hell. So tomorrow's Whoop Whoop Wednesday. I will have a joke for you. And then Thursday, I guess you'll find out what happens. Thursday and Friday, Spencer's off school, and next week he's off school. So I'm sure the place will get crazy around here. I love you guys. Thank you for being there. Upward and onward.